Why I care about gifts is that I think I've just always had like an inside out instinct about things. And like my religious practice is about kind of bringing out our inner, you know, wisdom and greatness. And I just see it as uh, the way for us to change the world and solve so many things, but in a way that like gets under a lot of the stuff that we end up like disagreeing about and feeling like separate from other people about, and including ourselves. So yeah, I just think gifts are like the way to change the world.
As far as the gifts, why it's important to me, I just think that it's opportunity. I mean, it's one of those things that I think most people don't do because of fear of stigma. I think we put labels on people all the time when they try to exude who they really are, is how I look at it. That's what I think gifts are. Gifts are who you truly are. And a lot of times people have fear and apprehension about doing that. And that goes to their self-esteem and things of that. So
Thinking, I'd worked in disability world for most of my adult life prior to that. And it gave me the possibility of seeing that the people that I so valued would be set in the context of their communities, and that they would be seen as people with gifts and talents, and that communities were really missing the boat if our communities didn't figure out a way to allow people to recognize, first of all, just their gifts, and and to find place for them to contribute to their communities. I mean, it just seemed like a big missing place. And I think that's really why gifts matter to me, because I think when people have their gifts acknowledged and have opportunities to share their gifts, that just makes fuller, richer lives for folks and results in, stronger, more beautiful communities and relationships. Um,
and gifts matter to me because I spent a lifetime of never seeing them within myself, but being very keen on seeing them in others and not knowing how to articulate that for other people, and not honoring the gifts that I really have to bring to community. So I'm currently on this moment in my life journey of really rooting down with who I am. And Ruben, I really appreciated your statement. Gifts are who you really truly are. And I feel like I'm kind of unearthing that. So,
well, why gifts matter is because I think people overlook them. And I know I overlook them. And I can think of some people in my community right now that I am not inclined to be first and foremost looking at gifts. I'm looking at problems. Mm-hmm. And that's not a particularly healthy way to look at it.
For me, talking about gifts, when I met John originally, I didn't know what he meant by a gift. I know what a talent is. I know what a skill is. I know what a passion is, but I hadn't heard that terminology. And I think many people who are sort of outside of ABCD don't think in terms of gifts. Maybe if you're more in, it may be coming from like a religious world, there's a sense of gifts, of giving gifts. But I think when a lot of people I know think of gifts, they don't think of your personal, the things that you bring with you, as part of you. And so I'm just very interested in learning more about gifts and learning more about how to identify them.
So I've always felt that the ability to see other people's gifts could be the greatest gift that you could give them. Because the greatest gift I ever got in my life, at least in terms of a career and vocation, was somebody who just said to me, "You have a gift," which incidentally at the time I would never in a million years have thought of. So that's why gifts are important. They shape my whole life.
And why gifts matter to me is I think that it's, as I get older, I'm 70, as I get older, I think that gifts is the most essential thing to understand to turn around the industrial economic machine we're currently in. I think without gifts, you can't turn that machine around. I don't believe it's possible. So I think understanding it fully and mining out all of the edges of it is an essential task for anybody who's trying to do that.